friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm here with my little Yorkshire Terrier Ellie, and today Ellie is just a mess. She has been running in the sprinklers. It's been really warm here, and she loves, well, not the sprinklers so much. I was outside hosing off the back deck, and she loves to run up under my hose, and then I move it somewhere else and she chases it. And so this is what happens. Her hair gets all curly and weird, and she's got her pony all kooky in front of her eyes, and so this is what she's doing this is what she looks like when I don't fix her up for you. But it's been warm, so I thought I'd just let her go. So welcome today. I'm so thankful that you're here on, did you know it was Friday the 13th? I didn't know that till a while ago when I actually looked at the calendar. Hi Allison, how are you doing today? Good to see you. Kay, good to see you, Kay, from North Carolina. It's been a little dry here, but pretty warm. It hit 100 again at our house today. But she's just hysterical. She's got her little hair kooky, and I'm tickling her feet because sometimes that irritates her, and then it kind of makes her a little more awake because she is totally ready for a nap here. Yes, she was having fun, Allison. Kay, thank you so much for sharing. Okay, what are you guys doing this weekend? Allison, I know you're getting ready to take a trip next week, I think. What do you guys have planned for your weekend? I have got a lot of stamping stuff planned. I'm getting ready the ribbon and paper shares that many of you signed up for, and they'll be going out in the mail next week. I've got 2 ribbon shares left. 18 yards total, 9 brand new ribbons from this new holiday mini catalog, and you get 2 yards of each. So I've got 2 more shares available. They're $20 plus $5 shipping. So if you're interested, email me or at Peggy at PrettyPaperCards.com, or leave me a note down below. Yes, Allison, you're making sure the garden is watered to survive while you're gone. I hear that. I don't know. You must have sprinklers, I'm sure, or have someone come in. I get that because it gets so dry. Hi, Sue. You're getting ready to see the San Diego Symphony tonight. Oh my gosh, how fun. You've been doing some really fun stuff, Sue. Gallivanting around in the evening. I see that. But anyway, so, Diane, raining in Alabama. Good to see you. Oh, you don't have the sprinklers everywhere. Allison, I love talking to you guys. I'm so thankful that you comment because I love chatting with you. Okay, so the other thing I'm doing this week is prepping for our mini retreat. Robin and I, my cohort in events, we're having a mini retreat a week from tomorrow. And we are getting ready. And so I wanted to show you a couple things because I still have, hi Diane, good to see you. Another Diane Danick. I want to show you some of what we're doing for our mini retreat. The to-go retreat is still available. We're closed on our in-person, but let me just put you up here so that you can see what we're going to be focusing on for our mini retreat in case you'd like to sign up for the to-go version. We're doing it using the Whimsical Trees stamp set alone if you want to do it that way, or if you want to purchase the bundle that's going to be part of your retreat. And Sue Moore is coming to that, and I'm going to show you some cards I've been working on. Now these are not the cards for the retreat, but I just started making a bunch of fun cards using this bundle. And here's one, and these are some of the papers. Now when you take the retreat, Sue, you're excited. I am too. you're going to get half of a package of the Designer Series paper, and here you're seeing 3 of the Designer Series papers. And you're going to get a full package of the snowflakes. So this is, but again, these aren't the cards in the retreat. They're just, I was just having so much fun with the stamp set. Here's another fun card using, for this I use the music melody or something like that embossing folder. And then these are some trees cut out from the paper, the Designer Series paper. And here's a picture of the snowflakes. That's another card. Here's another one. One of the sentiments is joy, and I love the joy. And then these little packages are cut out from the paper, which is very fun. Here's another little take on that with a few packages. And this is one of the dies that's meant to emboss, excuse me, go over one of the trees. It would go like this, like some of the, anyway, we went through this before because I forget what it's called, but anyway, this stuff adorns your tree. And so that's another card. And then here's one that we looked at on Wednesday, if you were with me on my Wednesday live. Yes, the music embossing folder is great, Allison. And this is some of the bedazzling paper that I colored at the top, and then I've cut these trees out. They're meant to look like snow on one of the trees, but I loved the way that came out. So those are just some samples of what you can do with this suite and bundle. So if you're interested in taking the retreat to go, it's $76 for the bundle, $50 for the stamp set only. You get all 6 cards plus all kinds of other fun stuff I've been making, and Robin, plus $8 shipping. So text me or leave me a note. Hi Pam, good to see you. Thanks for sharing. So now what I want to talk about is prizes. I've been giving prizes to one person who comments, so thank you for all your comments. And this week, from last Fridays, we had 12 different ones of you who, Allison, you like the long trunks on the trees. I do too. And so last Friday, out of the 12 of you who commented, Roz Gold Wolf is the one who won our beautiful bags, the ombre bags, a set of, I think there might be 20, yes, 20 ombre bags out of all the in colors. So Roz, I hope you pop on today and you see that you're a winner, because I think I need your address. I don't think I have your address. I will also try to contact you via Facebook Messenger. So let me know your address, Roz, so I can send this out to you. And then for the rest of you, the prize for this week, for everyone who leaves a comment, will be entered in the random drawing for this metallic ribbon. It's a rose gold color, and it's Blushing Bride. So it's Blushing Bride metallic ribbon. And so I'm going to give this to one person who comments on this video, and you have all next week to comment. And I'm even going to open it up to my YouTube people, so I'll add you in the drawing also, my wonderful YouTube people. Okay, now I hope you've been watching on my Facebook page, because I've been posting things about sheep. And here is our card for today. Did you see the cute sheep, the cute lambs that I posted on our, I see you guys commenting, so I'm trying to read it. Beautiful ribbon, says Kay, thank you. Well, I posted some lambs, and because that was your hint as to what we're gonna make today. And we are going to use 2 celebration items, and celebration is in full swing right now. That's where you get 1 item free from the celebration catalog for every $50 you order. And today's card is made from 2 of the items that I'm going to show you from the little celebration catalog. If you don't have it, let me know, email me, or leave me a comment and I'll get one to you. Here's the celebration catalog, and the celebration sale goes on through September 30th. And we've already talked about and used the bedazzling paper. That's one free gift you can get for your $50 order. There's also penguin paper, and I know a lot of you like the penguin paper. I haven't used that on a live yet. And then there is the Feels Like Home stamp set, and also you can get the beautifully penned designer series paper, or the Peaceful Prints. I've used that, which kind of goes with the deer set. And here are the sheep. Counting Sheep stamp set right here that you can get for a $50 order. You can get this free. And for another $50, you can get the dies that go with the sheep. They're called the sheep dies. Thank you, Allison. Great coloring. So I want to use both of those today on our card. And I want to tell you a little something about the black sheep that I posted. They are so adorable, and I have been following a Facebook page of these black sheep, and I'm going to share a black sheep post from their Facebook page so you can follow them also. They are so much fun to watch. I mean, you'll be looking at your Roz isn't home, but she will message me later. Pam, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That way I won't worry about her. Okay, so I'm going to post and share a post from the sheep for you so that you can follow them also if you want to. Because, you know, you'll be going through your Facebook feed, and I have a lot of cards, and then I have my friends. But then I'll get a post of these sheep, and it just like warms my heart. It makes me so happy, and they are so cute. So I looked up what they are, and these sheep, there are quite a few different types of sheep with black faces, but the ones I follow on my Facebook page, they're called Valais Black Nose Sheep, and that's spelled V like Victor, A-L-A-I-S. And they actually, I understand, come from the Valais region of Switzerland is where they come from. But the Facebook page that I follow is called, and I've got this here, Wallisket, W-A-L-L-I-S-K-T. They're in Sweden, and what they are is they're a shelter for the black-nosed sheep. And they love their sheep. They take such good care of them. Hey, Tammy, good to see you. I'm talking about the black-nosed sheep. And so they have a shelter for the black-nosed sheep, and that's the picture that you saw earlier today on my Facebook page. And I'm going to put a link to them in case you want to follow them too, because they are the cutest sheep. And so I decided to color my sheep like the black-nosed sheep. Here's the stamp set, and you can see the sheep have a little faces, which is, I've used the faces before, but I thought I'm just going to color them just like the black-nosed sheep. And you can see here their little faces are black. You have the set too, Tammy, good. But you can kind of see their faces. If you look really close, you can see the faces. They have black ears and black, I'm going to call them hooves. And so let's get started with our black-nosed sheep stamping. And we are going to, well, what we're going to do actually, let's get started with the beginning, and we're going to fold our card base. As you know, we're using basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then what we're going to do is we are going to first start out with our sheep. We're going to stamp several of them in crumb cake ink. We're using 2 sheep today. I'm using the jumping one and the standing up one. I'm not going to use the straight one. So let's get our sheep stamps out, and I have them on clear blocks. These are blocks, the D block. And where's the little face? Okay. And so I'm just going to get some crumb cake ink on the sheep, the lamb, and you see there's a hole in the stamp. I'm not totally sure why, but anyway, there it is. So there's one, and then let's get our second one out here, and his little face is going this way. And we're going to stamp him also in crumb cake ink. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of coloring. Let me close my pad. I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to use crumb cake ink and light black from the Stampin' Blends. So actually I'm going to start with the faces, the black, the light black, and I think because I colored it light black is why, if you're present, you can really kind of see that little face, the smile, and the little nose and eyes coming through. But at a distance you can't. So because he's known as the black-nosed sheep, and their faces, when I share with you one of their posts, you cannot see their faces at all. I mean, at least I can't. There's just a big black face. And so we're going to get his little hooves. I'm assuming they're called hooves like with horses, and I think cows have hooves. And then I noticed that their ears were also black. Their ears are kind of floppy ears. And I don't know if that's an ear, so I'm going to leave that one. But this one definitely shows two ears. Here's the one back in the corner there. And we'll color the little face all black. It doesn't take long. You know, you don't have to be an expert in using the Stampin' Blends at all. I mean, I am no expert, and I have a lot of fun with them. So if you haven't used Stampin' Blend alcohol markers, I really encourage you to. So I'm going to get this guy's little paws, and then we're going to cut them out with the dies. And here's the third paw and the fourth paw, or sorry, his hoof, but it looks like a paw. I'm used to dogs. Now we're going to use a little bit of our crumb cake Stampin' Blend, and what we're going to do is just go in with, I'm not going to color it completely. I thought the way I did it before worked out pretty well, and that is that you just kind of make a little, kind of a circle look, and you make a lot of them, maybe a half circle. And I think it turns out to look a little bit more like wool. So I'm trying to just get some little half circles going in there, just all different directions, because you'll know as you start watching these sheep, their wool can get real matty. They get kind of dirty, and then there's a time where they shear them, and they kind of show pictures of that. I just love these little guys, the black-nosed sheep. And then we're going to just do a little bit on their legs. You know, coloring period is relaxing. Do you guys find that? I do. I love coloring with my blends or anything. And it's just so relaxing, kind of the way I feel about fussy cutting. I know some people don't really like fussy cutting, but I do, because it's peaceful. And this is what we have to do to get our little sheep ready to go in their pasture, is what we're putting them in, is their pasture. Okay, I think that's pretty good. That looks pretty much like wool. Now let's cut them out with our little mini boss that I like to use. And let's find their dies here. And there are 3 dies, one for each of the lambs, so we have to kind of match them up. And this one goes to this guy here with his little feet out. I want to say dog words, you know, paws, but I know that's not correct. And so I'm going to try to get that. Let's pull our thing back. Okay, our plate. We've got you know how the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines have the plates numbered. And so I've got number 1 plate and 2 number 2 plates for cutting. Okay, now we'll put this on and we'll run those 2 little lambs through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Christy, hello, I'm glad you're joining for the lambs. Yay, the sheep. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here are our lambs all cut out. Aren't they just cute? Now let's go back to our card. Here's the piece we're going to use, and here is our card. So what we're going to do is we are going to first color the piece that we're going to use on the card. This piece is 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And what we're going to do is we are going to put some grass on there because the sheep love grass and that's what they're always eating. And so I'm going to put this is garden green, and the stamp set comes with this tiny little stamp of grass right there. It's so tiny. And so to make it look like a real sheep pasture, you kind of have to do quite a few little stamps. And so let's just get started making our pasture. And I'm just gonna put them across this piece. Now the one thing I'm watching for is I don't want to get any ink on the edges because that would ruin our scene, our pretty scene, you know, if a little ink got on the edge of the stamp. So I'm constantly checking that as we create our pasture. And you can just, I'm going to do three levels, 3 layers of grass. And I think that gives a good idea. It gives the card the look of, okay, this really is supposed to be a pasture. I think if you just did 1 layer, I don't know if it would really give you the idea of a pasture, you know, the sheep are in the pasture. Okay, just want to catch a little ink there. And so we're on our 3rd level of grass. It would have been handy if there would have been a nice long stamp that had lots of grass on it, but this is fun. This is fun, and you can put some on your envelope or the inside of your card if you want to. Okay, there's our grass. Now the next thing we're going to do is make our sky. Now I am not good at this, I'm just going to say, but I made some sky, some little blue clouds, and it seemed to work okay on the card, I thought. So I don't know if it's really, I really don't know. I'm just trying to give the look of a sky. And I'm sure some of you are really experts at this. And I'm just going to kind of do it in circles, just to give the look of a little sky up above our lambs in the pasture. This is Light Pool Party, the ink on the Stampin' Blend. And it's just to give the look of, you know, clouds are white, but anyway, this is how I'm doing it. I'd love any hints, if any of you have any hints for making a sky. I suppose I could have maybe looked up online to check, but this just shows you that anybody can use the blends. And they really look good in the end by the time you put everything else on there. Okay, that's good. So now we've got that, and the next thing we want to create is our fence. Did you see the fence on the sample? Okay, so the fence is one of the dies, which I think is fabulous that you get this great little fence or gate. And we're going to use that. And then what I've done is in the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper, one of the sides of it, the back side, is a wood grain look. And I know the same, I probably could have also used some of the In Good Taste paper, because that also has a wood look. And I just wanted to give a wood look to our gate. So I'm going to put just a small bit of that paper on here, and we'll cut our gate right out of that. Let me pull this back just a little bit and run this through my mini boss. It just takes a little oomph, a little elbow action there. Okay. And I just think this is adorable. You can use this on a lot of other things. This little gate, fence gate. Let me see. Come on out, little guy. Okay. So I have my, I'm sorry, I hit the camera. This is my Take Your Pick tool, and it has this neat little pick that can pop things out of your dies, so that works out really well. So here is our fence. Okay, gate fence. Let's go back to our card, and what I'm going to do now is we can put our glue down our background piece with some multi-purpose glue, and you see that the blends do go through. So that's why I never use blends on, for example, anything that would show through to the person who's receiving the card. And so we're going to center that in. I've found that I really like the 5" by 3 3/4 inch pieces to put on the front of my card. It gives a little more of a frame around them. Okay, and now we're going to glue this little guy on. Our gate. I started a new bottle of glue today. And so we're just going to glue this on, and then everything else is going to be lifted up. So this is just the background, and we're going to put that kind of in the center, right on the pasture. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready to put our sheep on, our little lambs. You know, I'm feeling like I didn't use crumb cake, but I did. It just looks a little bit darker than my sample. It was so much lighter. I don't know why that is. This was crumb cake, light crumb cake. I guess they've gotten a little bit dirtier, you know, since I did my sample. Okay, so we're going to adhere the lambs with just 2 Stampin' Dimensionals will do it. And these are happy lambs, okay? Because they are so happy because this is a birthday card. And actually, I wanted to mention, you know, we're talking a lot, I'm not today, but we do talk a lot about fall and winter and the holidays during this time so we can get ready as card makers. But we have lots of birthdays during these months. So don't stop making your birthday cards. And that's one reason I'm making this, is because I have several birthdays coming up. So this little guy is so happy he's going to jump. And you know, I did not realize until recently that sheep really do jump. Did you know that? I didn't know that. And I'll try to post a cute little video of sheep jumping. It's not it's not from the one I follow, but I did find a jumping sheep. I might have posted it before, but I'll post it again so that you can see that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to do a little more die cutting, because in this set is also a sun, S-U-N, the sun, and a balloon that we're going to use on our card. I love this die set. It just has a lot of fun stuff that you can use. So I need 2 suns and 1 balloon. So we'll start with a sun and a balloon, and then we'll go back and do the other sun. Here we go. And then we're going to color these. Whoops. So virtually this die set can be used for a lot of things. If you know, you could use absolutely for any birthday card. You've got a balloon, and for any card that you're doing a little scene, you've got a sun. I think it's a very useful set of dies. Alrighty, so there's 1 sun, and here's our balloon. And now we're going to go back and do 1 more sun, because I doubled the sun. I know that sounds weird, but I made a 2-layer sun so that it just looks it sticks out a little bit more, looks a little bit more realistic. Yes, the lambs are frolicking. That's very true. They're little frolicking lambs. And seriously, maybe some of you know more about lambs than I do. I really did not know that they jumped and frolicked like that. Okay, so here are 2 suns, and here is our little balloon, and we're just going to color those. It's quick and easy. You know, I could have cut the suns out of Daffodil Delight cardstock, but I just decided not to. I just decided to color it in since I had out the blends anyway, and it's just really quick, and it gives a tiny bit of shading. So we're just going to color the suns, and then we're going to pop them up on dimensionals, and then we're going to use a real, I think I have my light real red here for the balloon. I like to use the brush end. I don't know about you guys, but I like to use the brush end. And I'm just going to color over it a couple times. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Crumb Cake again for the base, because I think the string, I think it's, you know, strings are generally brown. Okay, so here's our card. Now we're going to use our dimensionals to pop up our sun, and we'll put one on. We'll put the first one, I think, up. I like to have things go off this edge a little bit. I think that looks kind of neat, like you're using the whole area. And then we're going to layer the second one on top and angle it so that the sun rays are a little angled there. I think it makes it look more full, like a fuller sun. And then we're going to put the little balloon that we colored. This is such an adorable set. I really was excited to get it. And where should we, let's just stick it right in there, like that. Because it's the happy birthday balloon. Okay. You can, you know, you can do anything you want with it. Now we're going to make our sentiment. And our sentiment, I like the sentiments a lot in this set. I love, excuse me, I love "You're Amazing." That's a wonderful sentiment. And I've used it several times with other sets. But today I'm going to use "So Glad It's Your Birthday," because the lambs are, as Allison said, they're frolicking. So we're so glad it's a birthday. And this is my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. You know, that smeared just, no, maybe it didn't. No, it looks good. Okay. I don't have my glasses on. I should have worn my glasses. And I'm going to cut this out. The die set that goes with the sheet dies does not have a label. And you know, they've been giving us lots of wonderful label dies. And so I pulled a label die from the Hippo and Friends. You know, if you don't know, that Hippo and Friends set has so many darling labels. You know, the hippos are cute, but the labels are invaluable. So if you don't have that die set, I would really, really encourage you to get Hippo and Friends. I think there are 3 different types of labels and graduated sizes, and it's really good. I use a lot of the labels from that set. Okay, so here is our sentiment. It's your birthday. And let me see. I think I actually glued this down, and the reason was so that the sheep stand up, you know, and look, they're popped up, and so they become more of the subject. And they are saying, "So glad it's your birthday." Isn't that just cute? Press that down a little bit. And of course, with the glue, we can move it around a bit. Isn't that just darling? And then for the inside of my card, what did I put on the inside? Oh, yes, because we have these happy birthday stamps. What am I saying? We have a hat stamp, a birthday hat stamp. Sometimes my mind is working faster than my mouth. And we didn't use it. We could have, and there's a little die to cut out the little birthday hat. But I decided instead to use it on the inside, the little cute little birthday hat. And so I'm just going to do 3 of these on the inside and then 3 on the envelope. Isn't that just cute? Did I show you? Maybe I did it so fast you didn't get to see it. I think that just adds a little bit there. And where's my envelope? Okay, here's my envelope. Oh, well, that's the one I already did. There it is. I knew I had one. You know, it's great when I'm doing these videos, these lives for you, because I end up with 2 of every card. And so in this case, I'm really happy because I have several birthdays coming up, and now I've got 2 darling birthday cards. There we go. There is our cute little lamb card. You could probably color his wool a little better than I did, but I think they're adorable. They're both adorable. Now, I want to remind you about our prizes. What did I do with our prize for this time? If you leave a comment with me, if it's on YouTube or on this, you just got the Hippo and Friends for the label dies. Excellent, Linda, excellent. You're gonna love it. So leave me a comment and you'll be put in a drawing to win some of this Blushing Bride metallic ribbon. It's really beautiful. It still has the wrapper on. Let me see, I think I have some. Nope, that's not it. Let me check. Nope, that's not it. I must have run out. I like it so much. I must have run out. It is really, really pretty. So leave me a comment and then come back next week and you'll be able to see if you won. You can leave your comment anytime up until next Friday morning. And there you go. I hope you will place a $50 order so that you can get at least the stamp set, another $50 for the dies. You're going to love them. I just think this is the cutest stamp set, and it can be used for young people or any age person, because everybody likes to see lambs excited, anybody excited about your birthday. And be watching on my page here. My Facebook page, because I'm going to post several different links for you to see those different lambs that I was talking about. Okay, let me just come back here. And I want to let you know, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and maybe you'll have time to make some cards. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. Bye-bye.